Hi, this is David with entry number 234. It's Thursday here in Congo, Thursday evening, and I thought on my way home today that I might share a life lesson today. So I feel like one thing that a lot of people learn throughout their lives and isn't really talked about to a large degree is something that I think gets passed over in the day-to-day, but really when it really counts is one of the most important lessons that a person can learn in their entire lives. And that lesson would be, well, I'll give you the situation. There comes a point in every person's life where someone you know, your best friend, your mother, your father, your sister, doesn't matter, someone you know, someone you might love, someone that you might care for tremendously, there comes a point when that person will disappoint you. And it can be in a myriad ways, their disappointment. Might be because they lie, because they do something that you deem as evil, something that could be as small as just not showing up to a date or something. Everyone in your life at some point will disappoint you. That's just a fact. It could be significant or insignificant, but they will be disappointing you at some point. The real turning point here, the real learning moment, is how do you, as a person, deal with the disappointment? For some people, they can't deal with it and they kill themselves. They commit suicide because the shock of someone they love betraying them or feeling like they betrayed them is too great. So great that their life becomes null and void and they decide to end it. For others, they might never talk to that individual again. And you see it with families a lot. Someone does something very small and insignificant, and that relative never speaks with this relative again. I don't necessarily think that those two options are the best. I can definitely see validity in both options, but I don't think that you as yourself, you as a human, grow anymore by killing yourself or completely ending a relationship. What really is important when someone disappoints you is that you take away a lesson from that disappointment. Now you could argue both those other two options, someone is learning a lesson, but they're not really growing from that lesson. You should always, in my opinion, be moving up, be moving forward, be moving out. Don't regress, or at least try not to regress too much. Be introspective, but that does not necessarily mean fall back on your old self or your old ways all the time. In my life, the biggest disappointment I've ever had is when I had two really good friends in the first year of college that were acquaintances in high school, and at some point we had made plans to do something, and they broke those plans and basically told me to my face, or at least to my ear, that their friendship with me is a squanderance compared to their friendship with this other person that they decided to go off and be with. So at that point in my life, that was a huge blow, and that taught me a lot about people. It taught me a lot of what some people would call pessimistic qualities of people. Everyone at some point does something to someone else that hurts that other person. How are you going to push forward? And for me, I was able to kind of remove myself from the situation eventually. This took quite a while. I removed myself from that situation and kind of looked as a third party. And instead of pitying them or trying to empathize with them, I really just thought they wanted to do what they wanted to do. And what I learned was that humans are selfish. Humans, by nature, their very nature, by Darwinian definitions, should be selfish, because it's all about you, your passing of your seed. And I learned that people in all walks of life, in all relationships, will always look out for themselves before you. I don't want to tangent too far on this topic, but if you look up charity and being like a Samaritan, you can see this. This is true. You know, everything people do is motivated for themselves, not for others. Never for others, almost. There's a few exceptions, but I won't get into those now. And I learned this at the age of 18. And from then on, that really colored my worldview of people. And I don't know if it's particularly healthy to always suspect people of, waiting for that ball to drop in a relationship, but it nonetheless is always in my mind. When is it going to happen? It doesn't cause me stress, doesn't cause me anxiety, but it is something that I always am cognizant of, that I might, really like this person, they might be really cool friend, but I have to accept that it's just a part of them being human, that they will disappoint me at some time, and I'll have to just accept that and move on. Deal with it in the moment, but then move on. Because there's really nothing you can do. If you want to ruin that relationship, you can, but if you really think this person is a good friend, or a good partner, or a good parent, you should really try and work with them and salvage that relationship. So, I guess in summation, I'm not saying this as a sort of like pessimistic or like a nihilistic thing, but it's just a simple fact that people will always go towards, something that benefits them, and that they will, in some way, that behavior will in some way lead to disappointment in you. How you deal with that is key. These are key factors, key moments of life. And it's really important that you are able to remove yourself from a situation and, as much as possible, take out emotion, use logic, and you may come out ahead. So, thanks for watching. This has been entry number 234. I will talk with you tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.